All right. Let's see. All right, welcome to the stage, everybody. Yes, we will need to watch the trailer. One moment, let me bring up YouTube on my phone. Let's see. All right. we'll look at the trailer like halfway through. We'll look at the trailer after maybe reading like a couple stages first. What is this? This is charge? No, this is poise. Of course it's poise. And what's this? Shadow Vested Blade Singer. Who is this? Is this Hong Lu? Is this Hong Lu? Oh, Mersal. They have extra effect on Bamboo Harukin, Mr. Salt Blade Lineage ID. MD with that ego. I was hoping. What are my... Okay, I have like 55 of these. All right. So we have, what's her name is still alive? Undo, right? She's still alive, which is good. We have, who is this? Is this Bamboo Hearted Kim? Not getting the fish ID stage, getting into. Hey, I don't know. Hey, I can't get, like, I just tried to get her. Wait. Okay, so this is Hong Lu. Is this... Oh, what the fuck? Why are you looking at me like that? The shadow boss guy. I don't remember a shadow boss guy in MD. Blade lineage. I don't have very many blade lineage. Or the interval where you first met Ongdu. I didn't have much problem with him. He died pretty easily. All right, let's go ahead. 9-5. So after 9-5, it'll be what, like, it'll be 10, right? It'll be Kanto 10, right? Just to not just join us attacking the House of Spiders. I mean, was he okay? View the first event story stage. Where is that? How do I do that? Consultation session. Okay, so it's Mersault's Kanto. No, wait. For this one, we should go about it like Te. No, no, Heathcliff. No, Heathcliff's been in the vanguard for too long. I should pull him back and let him. Are we playing chess? Dante? Oh, sorry, did you say something? I provided you an answer to your question, but you exhibited no observable response. Is the center combat performance deteriorating beyond manageable parameters? No, they're getting better, aren't they? No, things aren't that bad, but it's just hard to focus on one conversation when I'm trying to support battles happening in completely different places at once. On top of that, Rhodia's shopping chatter starting to get a little distracting. A few days after we entered Incorp's district, the bus pulled over in the back streets of Incorp to take care of a distortion case. Incorp is like the reindeers and stuff, right? This contract was supposed to be handled jointly with the LCD team, but that's R, hence reindeer. Disastrous distortions suddenly started cropping up all over the area of the back streets called Butter Street without any coherent pattern, no obvious point of origin or route of spread, nothing convenient like that, and I had no choice but to split the sinners into several groups and send them out. Hey Princeps, is where Cromer's croonies come from? Okay. Otis, Ishmael, Sinclair, Dawn, Yisang, and Mersault were on their way to rendezvous with the LCD team. Heathcliff, Gregor, and Hong Lu were suppressing distortions that had showed up from other directions. And with our onboard stock scrapped down to the bottom, Rhodia and Ryushu, who were done with their share of the suppression work, were put in charge of buying supplies for the bus. As for Faust, she decided to stay behind with me on the bus. I wanted to get through the consultation session I've been putting off and thought I might as well get myself some much needed practice with handling the new golden bow power I'd acquired. To reiterate, there are no issues requiring special concern regarding Faust. It is true that Faust has on several recent occasions expressed dissatisfaction with a certain Faust. However, those instances should be classified as a mere personal grievance. Hey Mike, what's up? Trying to clear it myself, just got to the dungeon. Ooh, wait, there's a dungeon? Funny looking art. No, this is Limbus. This is Limbus. It was a pleasant surprise. Is it? Is it pretty? How would you rate the event out of 10? I mean, that's good if that's all there is to it, but this was not the first time Faust had seemed unlike herself. No, Limbus is definitely cool. 9 out of 10? Ooh, that's pretty high. There. Oh yeah, happy birthday, Mike. I'd rate it 8 out of 10. Someone limbusted on my company. All over it, Nugget. All over it. Sorry, this the best Intervallo. Oh, really? There has been times before when she spent for far longer alone than usual, lost in thought, moments when she could not produce immediate answers to questions from the other sinners or me. Could it be You can't access the Gesellschaft. Gesellschaft. Because it blew my expression like the first day of DDD after completing not November. Wait, what's DDD? It is German, Mike. It is. May I ask your basis for that interference? Cause you're acting a lot like you did back on the warp train. Still takes the top for me. We'll see how I feel after the dungeon. Destroy December. It appears there remains occasions on which you are still capable of surprising Faust, Dante. Do you have all the operators from when Arknights collabed with them? No, I only have the fish and the I think I only have the fish ID. Not ID, ego. I only have the fish ego. No cat Faust. Only Scotty Fish. Yeah. I really wanted the Faust. I had to hit pity twice when the collab came. So I was right. You really are cut off from the Gesellschaft. That was not intended as a confirmation of your conjecture. Maybe she's saying that while she can technically access the Gesellschaft, it may as well be that she can't. I wish I could ask more and get to the bottom of it, but the way she was sidestepping the subject told me that prying wouldn't get me any further insight. No, Zip. I've never swiped for Limbus. Yeah. Does she know Panzerfaust? Panzerfaust is her sister. Right, I won't press you if you don't want to talk about it. Your reserve is appreciated. Shall we move on? Yes, your consultation is the next agenda. After cross-referencing the records pertaining to the recent events in the House of Spiders, it would appear that memories concerning the individual designated as Sora or Enren currently remain only with you, Dante. As such, should the influence of Ryushu and her sword lead to further omissions in the official records, the manager will be responsible for supplementing the necessary information. Yeah, not the first time I was the only one left with intact memories, huh? That's right, despite K-Corp's memory wipe procedure, Catherine's erasure by the Golden Bow's power, and Arayashiki's severing people from existence, I was the only one who remembered what had transpired. But ironically enough, the memories I had prior to swapping my head with this clock still showed no sign of returning. You know what, that is true. I want to know what more about Dante's past. Also paid a little to get the Amiya announcer. I don't know, did I get the Amiya announcer? I don't know if I did. You and your miniskirt thigh sock shall be missed. Wait, who? You talking about Faust? Why won't my old memories come back though? Is it because of the clockhead? Yo, Sora? Sora? Oh man, Sora? Thigh highs? Oh my god. Thigh highs are divine. Hansel. Speculation based on your experience with the bus team thus far will not meaningfully contribute to the recovery of your former memories, manager. What do you mean? There was never a no gooning arc. There is never a gooning nor a nor gooning arc. There is only the ascension of the stage. It never went past an hour. You were saying you never. No, I don't. I ascend. In this inductive reasoning conducted from memories with gaps, after all, is bound to have structural limitation. Bongi would serve as an adequate analogy. Bongi. Yes, Bongi. Receiving feed and increasing in body mass alone would provide it with no meaningful basis for identifying the purpose of its rearing. Even at the terminal stage, when exposed to kitchen instruments and the heat of the stove, its limited experience would prove inadequate to constitute an understanding of its ultimate fate and purpose. Likewise, the ultimate answer to your doubts can only be obtained from the whole of the experience that you will have accumulated at the terminus of your entire journey, that is, your allotted mission. Because treasure awaits at the end of the road and at the end of hell, and that treasure will give me back my memories and my head. Also, indeed, so does that mean we don't know anything about Dante until the end of his journey? At the end of the road, you will be able to engrave your aspect. I have no idea exactly what aspect means, or even whether it's an object, but if I knew one thing, it's that the me from before all of this began had wanted it badly, obsessively, desperately. It's more like an instinctive knowledge, but with my memories gone, that feeling, however strong it is, does not change the fact that it's just another word with no discernible mental image. And you're not gonna tell me what it actually is, are you? The aspect. What it means, or why I wanted it so much. If it remains a piece of information that must be disclosed to you, then no. I am unable to tell you. Pay it no mind, you are still following your star acceptably. Please concentrate on the journey. More importantly, have you grown accustomed to that incomplete power? Current observations suggest you have yet to arrive at that level. Well, I gotten pretty used to focusing on one place at a time, but keeping track of several places at once is still a bit rough. Otis's team is doing well in combat even without my direct supervision, and Rodia's team is shopping and not engaging in battle at the moment. Taking my mind off them would prove much easier. But that wouldn't give me the much needed practice, so I'm doing my best to keep an eye on every sinner's status. Sufficient familiarity should result in the substantial tactical value. You would be able to cast a wider net when information gathering and employ previous unavailable tactical patterns. Right, and I'd also be able to tell when it's a bad time to call someone in too. Even as I continue talking with Faust, I made sure not to stop observing the places where each group is and what they're doing. Pulling Heathcliff to the rear was the right call. I didn't see any injuries, but his team's still doing pretty well even without my direction. As for Rhodia, wait, did she just stuff all the pastries and bread she bought into her pockets? How did she manage that with a huge baguette? And Otis's group, let's see, looks like they joined up with the LCD team without any issues. LCD, then that guy over there must be... Hang on, Faust, there's a dude I've seen before, but he seems a bit different from what I remember. Could you specify the issue? I'm monitoring the situation right now. We should probably join up with them too. Why is it... Chat, I'm sorry. They're like censoring y'all's messages. It's her sister Panzerfaust. Where did our tall Russian mommy stuff that baguette stage? Only a place where a tall Russian mommy can stick a baguette and hide it. I'm monitoring the situation right now. We should probably join up with them too. Hold on, chat. I'll be right back. I'm gonna check on my grandpa real quick. let, let me continue for a little bit. Let's end the consultation here. This is rather perceptious, Dante. If the incident is of a serious nature, perhaps a request for support from the LCC. No, it's not an incident. Though I wouldn't say it's not serious. Do we fight? No, or... Is there fighting in this stage? No, there's no fighting. The rendezvous. This is going from bad to worse, really. Dante seems to be tied up helping the other groups. Otis' command calls have been working out well enough, I'll give her that. We've managed to hold the line better than expected, but we're definitely starting to feel the strain. What are you waving your hand all the... arm and hand signals. What signals? What's swinging the arm sideways even supposed to mean? In battle subtitles? Oh, I forgot about that. You don't know. It's scatter, damn it, so scatter. That was close, we almost got flattened. Does it mean Dante can spy the sinners while they're bathing with his summoning ability? You know what? I would like to know that too. Can he? Oof. I'm sorry. I'm sorry, Rhodia. Let's see. Rhodia should be in the shower about now. Let me just close my eyes a little bit. Damn it, even rookies with nothing but the most rudimentary military training would have recognized a hand signal that basic. Well, we're not all trained soldiers here, are we? Verily, the flourish of a single hand doth indeed make boast of a chivalric elegance. Yet when thou suddenly wavest thine arm about, clenching and unclenching thy hand in that mystical fashion, only to suddenly turn tail, forsooth I am left bereft of understanding what thou meanest to say. Okay, chat, I'll be right back. Jeez, chat, I need one of my mods in here to okay your messages, because I'm having to manually okay some of y'all's messages. Such a shame Zichian isn't a sinner, I agree. You should invest alone time in time to turn on my live camera. Such a shame Kira isn't a sinner too. Kira? Yeah. I throw fiberglass at everyone. That's too harmless. We use needle lace with AIDS. That's offensive for a mouse. Oh, finally, one of my mods. Gene, people's messages aren't coming through, and I'm having to read them myself. You have summoned Gene. No, literally, we summoned one of the mods. I think that of all the personnel in the team, only the Swabby has the discipline to interpret a basic field signal. Gene's back from touching grass, chat. I only picked it up during my sailing days, and realistically speaking, did you really expect ordinary people like the others to understand professional military signals? This is unacceptable. After all of the operations, all you have been deployed under my lead, you're all still ignorant when it comes to non-verbal signals. I don't think even Dante would know those signals. You might as well be splitting hairs, literally. Let us appease our agitated hearts and follow Miss Otis' instruction. We should disperse and withdraw. Megaton landing? What is this? Wait, who says megaton punch, chat? Oh, you're still outside? Oh shit. Thank you, Mike. Thank you. Chat. Y'all have been one up by Mike. Oh, and you know what? You know what, chat? I think I have this available. Nope, never mind. I used all my memberships. Okay, I already sent out my memberships this month. I don't have any more that I can send out. I can't even comprehend my superior aura. Dono war, it's hot outside. Oh, then why are you outside? Trying to steal the leaderboard? No Riggy Memby gotcha. Megan. Hey, pretty cool, huh? Let's face it, I know how to make one heck of an entrance. Gene gonna rig. No, Gene, no rigging. No rigging this stream. Aren't you supposed to be cleaning up the distortions upstairs? Oh, finito a million years ago. You guys were taking forever, so I figured I'd take a peek and lend a hand. You're welcome. Gene, you're my mod. Why? Just no rigging. Or at least you can't rig above the dono. The taller Romanian mommy. Split by your thundering descent, the floor's form and shape are now crushed beyond mending, sunken deep enough to be likened to the incipient of a wellspring. Incipience? Don't you worry your head about it. That's all after teams to take care of. Anyway, that should be all of them, right? The force of your landing neutralized the last of the distortions outside of the building. Great, can you check on the distorted peeps' faces and clothes? Alright, Mike, you have a good one. Thank you for the dono. W's for Mike, chat. Who's Zach? Their faces are all... Their faces are all segmented, making my skin crawl. Not a pleasant sight as for their attire. This one appears to be a sweeper, and that one yonder bears the attire of an ordinary fixer. And this distortion I landed on, probably a local resident judging by the clothes. Did any of you happen to see anything nearby bursting with a big pop and flash? Nay, not once. Okie dokie, you know what? Then let's all head upstairs. This suppression request is kind of a pain. We'll need to put together a nice, neat plan before we start poking it too hard. A plan, sayest thou? How? Was this not a mere matter of slaying distortions where they stand? Maybe, let's see. I wonder if Jean is gonna do her job. Wait, did nobody brief you? This has often been the structure of our assignments. We are given instructions, we perform them, and only afterward do we begin to perceive the nature and contour of the task to which we have committed our hands. Really, huh? Well, guess every department has its own way of doing things. No big deal. I'll explain everything once we're upstairs. Gene. I believe you don't know who Zach is in Final 7. It's Aerith. I don't know who Aerith or Zach is. I don't know either of them. I haven't played 7. You don't get to meet the whole team last time, did you? Only our new girl this time. That dude. I mean, Mr. Bamboo Hottie Kim is also here, so. He's okay now? Wait, Jean, which one did you say was your favorite Final Fantasy? Sure he is. You'll be surprised to see just how okay he is now. But last time you said he was still under treatment. To be precise, I believe Miss Ong-Du stated that his mind is yet to regain its former tranquility. Aha, that. You'll get it once you see him. I feel like we'll just end up having the same conversation twice if I say anything about it now. Ah, you have arrived. It's blinding. It's so bright. The midday sun is pouring in like crazy. Yet the warm tickle of the sunbeam is rather agreeable. So is this not canon, Eugene? No, this is not sunlight, because unlike this, there is more to the sunshine than its warmth. The first Final Fantasy VII remake, a bit more. Knew each other? He want a rematch for you beating his ass? Hey, that's because he was distorting, okay? We did what we had to do. Then what exactly is this light? Why is this thing on again? It's bright enough to fry my eyeballs. Apologies, Lady Ezra. I am yet to be accustomed to this machine. This is my first time laying a hand upon the complicated work of such a contraption. Are you... Crisis Core? Why can't you aura farm like him? Let me get me a cosplay and I'll aura farm. It's activated on its own accord, and I have yet to discover the method by which it may be silenced. Wait, why? Why are you banned? That's why I told you to leave it alone. Fiddling with things you don't understand usually end with something or you broken. Nothing good comes of it, I tell you. But Mentor, Lady Moses has instructed me that in every moment and event, clues are hidden under the veil of one's surrounding and must be examined with care. It's the inversion remake. So, what is that supposed to mean, Jean? Oh my god, Eugene, don't even give the idea of such a thing. Yes, and that only works if you're savvy about the knack. Hang on, did you just say mentor? I've yet to been afforded a proper opportunity to introduce him to you. This here is the esteemed leader of the Blade lineage, who was all but a master under whom I am apprenticed. So I'm... Why does he hate the CN version? Is it like censored? Is it like very hardly censored? Why? Hated any non-EN version? Do you really have to dress it up like that? I told you I only took on the role because there wasn't anyone else around to take the job. Where's the switch? Ah, gotcha. Why do they look so sad? But you book him a week trip away from the house so you can play. But she looks so different. Is it just me or does she look different? Goodness, known as bamboo-headed Kim. Ah yes, that's me. I guess I should say please to... Wait, what? You're the guy? Wait, was he not? Wait, was this not him? Is this just... Wait, does he have his suit off? What? Bamboo Hunter goat face reveal. No, that was out of nowhere. Wait, that was just a prop. Of the forehead joke and her bangs down. That was his clothes hung up. I thought that was him standing there. Now I thought there was just some random LCC dude on the right. Hohenheim too, basically. He's the guy? That's the guy. Hold on. This is me. This is literally me.
I'm the guy.
Hold on, chat.
I'm the guy.
Stop saying you're the guy. We all know that you're not the guy.
He's not the guy. I am.
And you are?
I'm the guy. The real guy.
You're not that guy, pal. Trust me. You're not that guy.
This is how I feel. This is how I feel. We all react the same way you did. The aura of that man is lost with his face reveal, reminding me of the dream face reveal on the internet. No, I thought he'd be an old dude. Like an old wise dude, but no, he's just a Chad. The aura of that man is like... What was that movie again? Was it a Spy Kids movie? It is. It's a Spy Kids movie. What the hell? A Shark Boy and Lava Girl clip? Yeah. No, that was so funny. Okay, so more often than not, first impressions are prone to change. Bamboo-hearted Kim, I remember was a man who drowned in his own fathoms, blaming himself for his powerlessness with a listless, heavy voice. That, however, had been while he was distorted and sunken into himself, so I figured his original personality might be somewhat different. Ah, I see. So he's basically Kakashi. He's like Kakashi. Kakashi looks like a bum. But he's not a bum. He's a super ultra mega master bum. But this is not just somewhat. His personality isn't even the same ballpark as my expectations. Fucking yeah. You're telling me this guy here is Bamboo-hearted Kim. Yep, we double checked with Ezra, and she said he really is the same guy.
I'm the guy.
That fire in on your head is not hot at all. Fascinating stuff. I mean, if I saw him, IRL probably, not gonna lie, probably would think a bum. And Gojo next protege. Gojo? No, Gojo's not a bum. He's a Chad. Can you? Okay, can we check again just in case? No, Dante is this. We feel the same way as Dante. I really can't wrap my head around the fact that this is the sullen, serious man who we'd fought. Just look at what he's doing. He's rubbing my face all over like he's checking out some kind of mantelpiece ornament. Lots of ticking and talking going on. That's supposed to sound like them talking to you folks, huh? What the fuck? If Kakashi is a bum, then Gojo is bum. No, Gojo is a bum. I don't know. I have. Okay, Gene. Further confirmation would be redundant. Dante, this individual is conclusively identical to the one designated as Bamboo-hearted Kim. I have no idea what you folks are so suspicious about. Dude, just what exactly have you been telling people out there about me? They're all staring like they've seen a ghost. I told them you are a gallant and formidable warrior, mentor. Ah, here we go. Cute skirt. But they don't look like they've heard the most flattering things about me. There, don't you hear it? The faint undercurrent of disappointment in the ticking. Because there, you should know why. You can see myself not screenshotting on. There it is. I also told him that you were a man of few words, but with much affection for the fellow followers under your command. Ongdu. Yes, mentor? That's a complete and utter lie. Man of few words is definitely not something you can say about a guy who's as talkative as me, don't you think? Fucking Ongdu, man. Yes, yet I spoke no falsehood. We're never gonna lose you. I won't let it happen. I won't let anything bad happen to you. Such a precious thing. Although your conduct is rather shallow and perhaps less refined for a leader of an organization, you are much more reserved and taciturn when conversing with those unfamiliar to you, are you not? Is there a way that I can just place you right there? Without... Fuck, okay, never mind. Undo the Otis to Kim. She's smiling like that for Kim, not you. A smile is still a smile. You know what? I was looking at her arm. I was wondering if she got new if she was given new arms, or did they regrow them for her, or is this just a glove? No matter who one may be, one is bound to inspire either approval or disapproval from those around him, so I refrain from mentioning any truths that might invite the latter to even hint at anything that might tarnish the reputation of my master. Would not be unlike spitting on his name and mine by extension. When they say she has the rights to bear arms. After what Matthias did? No, definitely. I simply had no reason to put on airs in front of my own folks. In any case, so you can't see anything if I block this part. Do tell, how many fingers am I holding up? Those are not my eyes, you know. Your own folks, huh? Then you have already acknowledged and accepted that you now belong to LIMBUS Company. Why dost thou not pay a visit to the LCE? Verily, when one's mind is plagued by the absence of tranquility, venturing forth into the open air and touchable field of grass cleareth the storm of the heart. Don Quixote basically told Kim to go touch grass. An asset of the company is expected to act in the company's interest, yet for whatever reason I don't see you fighting on the field of battle doing Operation Spider Pyre? You will have to account for your absence in the mission. Otis addressed Kim as though she were conducting a formal investigation, every word flat and hard. It was obvious she was not about to let her guard down anytime soon. What mission? Oh, that one. Kim finally seemed inclined to assume a more serious disposition. He stopped peering into my face and turned towards Otis, although his hand was still on my head. Alright, clearly there's some disconnect in expectation here. Listen here, you. I'm really not all that about hard bothersome work. Get what I mean? So he's a bum. Don Quixote, my beloved, our beloved Site, our. The real disconnect was between his stoic expression and the words coming out of his mouth. So let's talk about the kind of fellow I am. Meet the resident layabout, who's forced to do his job with a frown. Too, I might add. Only when he's got absolutely no other choice. I'm really not some big shot Ongdu apparently been promoting me as, folks. Bamboo-hearted fraud. There we go, Eugene, that's his name, bamboo-hearted fraud. And I'd very much like to stop getting roped into stuff that keeps putting my life on the line. Fine, then why did you join the LCD in the first place if you'd rather be unemployed? No, never mind, you probably forced you to stay. You catch on quick. At first they spout this nonsense about distortions and all, and then Force hired me, calling me a company-owned resource or whatever. And then the other day they were again on about what's its name, Golden Bow. Yes, they invited me on a tour to another department to listen in on some important presentation, and I accepted. I thought it would be a fine opportunity to broaden my perspective. Ongdu dear, there are times when your commitment to duty shine brighter than the sun. I find that attitude so dazzling that I have to squint when I'm looking at you. Who knows, maybe that's why I'm wearing this bamboo hat, to shade my eye from your utter brilliance. So wait, who's glazing who here? Hold on, chat. I'll be right back. Do you mean to say that you are in need of a shield to protect your eyes? No, I wanted that. Lady Ezra, might I submit a request for a pair of sunglasses for my mentor? Only if it's not too much of an imposition on the budget, that is. That right there, that's what I keep telling you not to do. You can't just say yes to every silly thing he says and turn it into a supply request. Small expenses add up to a lot, you know. You gotta save up everything you can in the piggy bank while you still can, or you'll end up broke. Pouting Doge. Is there truly no room for reconsideration? Check Discord, what is it? It better not be fucking Dante. And quite literally. I can't read that. What the fuck is this? Yeah, no, I can't read that, and I'm glad I can't read that, because it might be something that I don't want to read. Pouting Golden Retriever? Exactly. So simping Kim so hard you have no chance. She's simping Kim? We can change that. Wait, ain't dude the gal from Kanto 8? Yes, the one with the huge forehead. No means no. Yes, she did have a huge forehead. Or well, okay, here we go. This is what I wanted. Yes. I love it when you look like that. Oh, the yandere look is one of the best things ever. Then pray make the purchase for me. I shall cover the cost myself. No, can't wait, what? My poor mentor is in a state of great discomfort, yet I possess neither the wisdom nor the knowledge to navigate the silver tongue of merchants and the maze of stalls to locate the very best item, so I must beg this favor of you. You're giving me a freaking headache, girl. I am aware that you and yours are no strangers to such dealing. There is no one else I can trust to complete such a procurement with the swiftness of the wind. You know what, never mind what I said, I just get you what you want. You heard the gentle lady mentor, your suffering shall soon be alleviated. Right. My apologies for interrupting you mid-conversation, pray continue. Ah shit, my mouse is in the way. There we go. Yandere Ongdu, my bad things for the. Well, it's overstayed. She Yandere for Kim. You have getting with Ongdu. What if we dress up and what if we make Kim disappear, or we give Kim a very much needed vacation from Ongdu by giving him tickets to Hawaii for a year, while we tell Ongdu nothing and we just dress up as Kim. You had reached the part where they invited you to tour another department. Why do you look like that? I love you. No sooner Ongdu's words left her lips than her eyes glinted with something I couldn't really put my finger on, but it was a strange intensity that sent a chill down my spine. Yeah, so that day I was just gonna relax and watch some TV. Well, good on you for showing up to work today, I guess. Let's say there's a debt to be repaid. I think she would notice the size difference. I mean, if we put a wig on the clock, do you think she would notice? No. Maybe she'll accept us for the new bamboo-hearted Kim. She will accept the new look. You understand? We are indeed indebted to the company. As soon as I saw the expression Ongdu on your stage won't stop screeching. Yes, yeah, I suppose I do. Kim's gaze lingered on Ongdu's prosthetic arms as he answered. Miss Ongdu, your arms. Only after following Kim's gaze did Sinclair seem to notice Ongdu's brand new prosthetic arms. The last time we saw her, Ongdu had lost both her arms, and I remember Ezra asking her to sit tight and choose what type of prosthetic she wanted, and those arms are probably it. Mr. Salt has Kim ID. You still gonna get by a Frenchman this time? He may have the ID, but I'm never putting him in the ID. Even the clothes are different now, and that sword. I had these arms fitted anew as soon as the operation was concluded. The gracious host in one of the LCD teams had prepared them in advance. What evident satisfaction! Ongdu held up her dark metallic wrist as if to showcase them. The components fixed along her arm clicked and rattled, unfolding for a moment before neatly folding back into place. We should put any blade lineage ID for this event currency bonus. I guess. Oof. And they remind me of Miami from ZZZ for some reason. Ongdu. Yeah, I don't know that one. Such graceful smoothness, wed to machine articulation. 'Tis as though I am beholding the marvelous prosthetics of the illustrious Siegfried himself. Yup, the showcase would have gone lackluster without the trademark reaction. Those are strikingly similar to Schwarz Industries N7 lineup, but I thought that model was discontinued. Not theirs. It's one of the prototypes developed by LCD's Phenomena deciphering team, and they put him on her for trial. Doubt you'll find another like them. They're based on technology spun from distortions. I see. For a brief moment, Sinclair's eyes lit up as if he had glimpsed something that brought him back to a memory. Then just as quickly he fell silent, whatever he wanted to say next catching in his chest. Does something trouble you, Master Sinclair? No, definitely we will. It wasn't hard to understand what struck the tender memory for Sinclair and why it cast a shadow over his face. But, sorry, it just reminded me of something from a long time ago. My dad used to work with prosthetics before he passed away. I thought this was the exact same model I saw back then. It appears I lack tact. These arms have stirred a painful memory within you. For that, I apologize. It's alright, I'm fine now. Sinclair's voice still carried a faint tremor, but beneath it, there was a firmness that had not been there before. He really had grown a great deal. You can thank yours truly for picking the sword. I was there with her. I did inform Lady Ezra that any blade that could serve as a weapon would suffice, but she insisted on borrowing the goods. I dare say I was given the opportunity to lay my eyes on every type of sword I could ever hope to see in this life, walking through the workshop street that day. Yeah, because she's addressing Sinclair. Whenever she starts talking to me, you know what she's gonna call me? Daddy. Can't get total side with her new rocket arms. We all cracking Otis, right? I don't know about that one, Cite. Depends on the ID. It depends on her ID. She was not slick. I didn't. Oh please girl, we walked for just 4 hours, that's nothing. While everyone was distracted, taking in Angdu's new outfit and equipment, Kim had quietly slipped away from the crowd and crouched down in a corner. He was rummaging through things scattered on the floor, picking them up. Is he pocketing them? Anyway, what is this place supposed to be? What are all these things? It's basically a wreck now, but these are strobes and that cloth backdrop over there. Maybe it's used to be a photo studio. Boo Haunted Kim CG is great. CG? I haven't seen a CG yet. That could explain why there's so many photos stuck around the place. The German twin keeps stealing. More for you. I don't want any of that, Otis. It depends on her ID. Yes, boo hotted fraud. Remember, chat, that's what we call him from now on. Probably this thing definitely looks like a camera, at least. Sinclair picked up a small cylinder object and turned it over his hand, studying it with curiosity. What the hell, Cite? The bait and switch at the start with his robe silhouette turning out to be on a stand and Kim lying on the chair instead. I saw him lying on the chair, but I thought he was just another random LCD employee. But no, that was him. What do you suppose this is? A battery maybe? There's some kind of stripe inside. Let me just pull it out. No, that's... Otis shouted a sharp warning at Sinclair as if she had realized something. But Mersault's hand shot out before she could even finish, clasping over Sinclair's wrist before the strip could be pulled out. What did I do? Exposure to sunlight damages these objects. I already pulled a little bit out though. It can be rewound. Carefully rotate the ridge section on the cylinder. I am currently blocking the sunlight from reaching the exposed section. Damage is of no concern. Okay, you mean this one, right? This is the part that rotates. Yup, it went back in. With a quiet nod, Mersault took the object from Sinclair's hand. It seems to be a film roll. There is something written on the outside. Experiment number 4. Bum Claire. It appears to be a compact roll for a film camera. You seem to have handled one before. Yes, Mersault's answer came without any further explanation, but the way he adjusted the camera on the table certainly didn't look like that of a first-timer. I once received a report containing photographs taken on film cameras during the war. Film rolls used by Incorp are particularly difficult to falsify. They were often used to collect intelligence during secret operations. The film fixes light directly onto the medium, from what I've heard. A peculiar expression flashed across Ezra's face as she regarded Otis. Perhaps it was the mention of war that caught her attention. Anyway, we managed to regroup in one piece. Let's come up with a plan to deal with these distortions, guys. Where should we begin? Then, in the next breath, she turned to her usual bubbly self and steered the conversation away from the subject. Both Ezra and I we are both still trying to be free of the misconception we inflicted on ourselves. For all her unfailingly perky disposition, Ezra too may be carrying traumatic memories every bit as devastating as Gregor's. Does there yet remain aught deserving elimination? I love Incorp so much. I like their outfits. I like their PMC's like outfits. They did nothing wrong. The N in Incorp stands for nice. Oh, I thought it stood for something else. Cromer is a great influence. Let's see. Does there yet remain? Okay. Yeah, wait, you're right. Haven't we cleaned up the distortion already? I couldn't feel any more traces of distortions nearby, and it didn't seem like any of the center teams were actively engaging in battle at the moment either. Dante is asking whether the distortion suppression has not, in fact, already been concluded. And yet, not yet. These people we fought just now, they only got caught up in the distortion. They didn't actually distort themselves. We haven't even gotten close to the distortion infection point yet. Infection point? Anywho, finding an infection point without the team leader around is gonna take some time. Maybe it won't be too bad with your help. Ezra swept her eyes around the room with a look of frustration, as though she had just been handed a puzzle box with half of the pieces missing. By infection point, are you referring to the point on a graph in which directionality of its curvature changes? Calling to mind the present context, it may less be a mathematical term and more a specialized polysemy reference to the point at which distortion occurs, the motive, intent, or indeed the point in which inflection of the mind occurs. That's about right. That's the kind of inflection point I was talking about. So in our department, we use that term to mean the source of a distortion, the inflector or cause behind it. Stuff like that. You know, distortion's hard to treat if you don't know the core cause. Treat the symptoms you see on the surface all you like, but if you never find the root cause, the distortion's never getting solved. Though I guess you guys never really had to look for that kind of stuff, huh? Your boss clock opens a door and then into their fathoms or whatever, right? You mean Dungeon of the Fathoms? Yep, that one. That's the one. From where we're standing, distortions are really high maintenance, time-consuming headaches. It's one thing to somehow manage to locate the inflection point, but curing it is another thing. But you guys can just march straight into someone's heart, knocking the snot out of everything in there, and then ta-da, patiently wait for discharge. That's how it works, right? Not gonna lie, I was so jealous when I heard about it. I almost bit my sleeve off. Barely, I had thought your team would set about resolving distortions once the foe was vanquished, as we are not, as we are wont to, as we are wont to do. Was that not so? Of course not. Why would anyone come to us with a distortion suppression request if we were that simple in the first place? Remember that Bamboo-hearted fraud opened the dungeon himself by slashing his way in? I don't remember. Wait, are you talking about the last time? Are you talking about the first time we fought? Yeah, in the Yield My Flesh, yeah. But yeah, most of the time, peeps try brute force approaches to it first, and when things go south, they send requests to the company or to our detective office. What does that sound? What just happened? Sorry, what? Sorry, what? What happened? That means the client this time must have been. Chat, look at fucking Dawn over here. Bingo, apparently the residents of Butter Street had all chimped into commission all kinds of agencies like the Zwei and the Combat Specialized Fixer offices, but none of them could actually do things right, and the job got passed on to us. Do you see the animations for Muscle's ego? No, not yet. Oh, number 1? I mean, hey, if you achieve number 1 legit, then I'm fine. I love background creatura. Related to this kind of photograph is still occurring unchecked somewhere on the streets. Exactly, that's why we gotta find something, anything that might count as a clue. Interrogates down the people lying on the floor with a complicated expression. Neat ash gray suits and the logo, the color of their uniform and briefcase. Hey, isn't that Incorp logo? Come to think of it, wasn't Mercel. I was once employed by Incorp. You used to work with these people? Yeah, he did mention that he used to work at Incorp. Maybe he can offer us some insight. Do you know who these guys are, Mercel? Yes, manager. These are Incorp Class 2 staff members, given the camera briefcase in their possession. They are likely members of the pin frame team of the service Disclos. Mercel recited the information as though he were pulling it from a file he had already sorted and placed in the back of the shelf in his mind. Okay, pinframe team, huh? Anything you can tell us about them? Yes, it is one of Incorp's many field departments related to information gathering and processing. Their primary duties include the handling of Incorp's internal information, analysis of Incorp's internal intelligence, and sorting and arranging of Incorp's internal information and intersect. That'd be enough. Is he a talking encyclopedia or something? Yeah, another thing to be jealous of, you think? It'll be okay if we borrow him sometimes? It's never legit. Take a look after in the banner, they show the whole thing. I mean, we're gonna watch the trailer for the PV. It should have it there. Might be an issue for us if you just went ahead and borrowed our team's encyclopedia. Looks like everyone agrees that he's an encyclopedia. Anyways, your encyclopedia is right. They're from Incorp's pinframe team. Seen them a few times before in Incorp's nest. But why do people already busy enough dealing with nest affairs come all the way out to a shabby backstreet like this? Got any guess? I am unable to determine that. The possible range of connection between the two pieces of information is exceedingly broad. Listing every relevant reason as to why they might have come here would require a considerable amount of time. Therefore, I will not present a determinative answer to that question. Ezra stares holes into me with an unspoken, is this dude always like this? Wouldn't pull any answer from me, you know. Because aside from combat situations, I've got no way to figure out what's going on in his head. Okay then. Okay then, Mersault. Maybe this will be easier to answer. From an objective point of view, and that was when I noticed something I'd never imagined would happen. Mersault's eyes widened, his gaze fixed me with such force that I could almost feel the faint tremor in it. A leveling stare that came with, "There's no such thing as an objective point of view." Did we step on a mine chat? Did we poke the bear? In MD, what record? 26k damage. Nice. And saying that you can make horrible blade lineage IDs like BL Otis. Actually good at clashing. Always lose as claim their bones. New Mersault face sprite. I mean, I'm not taking it. Manager. A clipped tone in a look almost bordering on rebuke. A given judgment may seem infinitely close to objectivity, but ultimately all things are just subjective without exception. I felt silent for a moment, lost in thought. Part of it was because Mersault's reaction had caught me off guard, but I also wondered whether this response might be connected to why he always refused to make judgments for himself, and if this has something to do with his turn, which I knew is just around the corner. Got it. Then tell me 3 subject reasons you think are most likely for these people had to come all the way into the back streets. I need to understand who he actually is as much as I can, because I'll never know when I'll get another chance to really get to know him. If I brush this off with a simple, "Oh, I see, my bad," as usual. Yes, manager. I would presume that their mission was one or all of the following: retrieve of a video recording or recording in violation of Incorp's taboo, prompt elimination of violator, contact with an informant in the back streets collaborating with Incorp's nest, or identifying and arresting of a wanted individual or individuals designated by the nest. Taboo? You mean these people could be taboo hunters? No way, they don't send out taboo hunters for every single violation, you know. Like wings usually leave minor taboo violations to be handled by subcontractor, fixer officers, or everything, or employees of the department in charge. I'd say these guys here are Incorp staff. Miss Andu, what are you looking for in their pockets? I am looking through their belongings for enlightening clues yet be hidden in the sleeve or the fold of their garments. Lady Moses has been gifted with the art of discerning the truth from what lies before her with but a simple glance, yet my eyes are foreign to such a feat. Let me take a look too. This is an employee card. Okay, this one's a wallet, so let's put that back. We don't want to be robbers. No, Eugene, never. The clothes we actually had of a crash out from him yet. Yeah, the closest I would say. Yeah, you're not wrong, 53. This might be it. It's an order missive. Ezra pulled a sheet of paper out from an Incorp staff coat and read its contents aloud. Work details: elimination of an individual or Category 3 taboo violation. Address: Butter Street. This is the place, which means all this might be pointing to something whoever used to work in the studio and distortion phenomenon might be connected. Yeah, now that you mention it, when that whole pop and change thing happened, it did kind of feel like a camera flash. All right, let's start by combing through this place. Let me know if you find anything suspicious. At long last has the hour arrived for my debut as a detective, forsooth. Don basically wants to be everything in my eyes. Don Quixote must have been miffed for not getting to play detective back in T-Corp. No idea where she'd been keeping them, but she immediately pulled out detective props that had been given to Rodeo, Ryushu, and Honglu back then. Verily, I have foreseen that the day would come. Did she just steal equipment from them? You felt since day one? No, Eugene. I don't know what kind of headcanons you have about me, but Sinclair is only a slave. Fortunately, Otis wasted no time putting an end to Don Quixote's badly timed shenanigan. A sharp dressing down from her was enough to make an objective juridic adventure stuff the costume away. Okay then, we should get moving too. Alright, chat. Hold on. Let me go check on my grandpa real quick. Okay, chat.
소재가 준비됐어?
왔군.
Ah, shit.
지령을 받았습니다. 지령을 왔군.
Who do I have do I have, what IDs am I looking for again, chat? I don't, through the support. Okay. New Mersault with ego? No, not the Mersault. Blade lineage? Do I have blade lineage on any of these here? I have her. Yeah, I don't, okay. Do I have more blade lineage? I have blade lineage Faust. Any more blade lineage? No. I think that's all the blade lineage I have. Hey Cameron, how you doing? Yeah, no, I don't have BL saying.
왔군.
태어내겠습니다.
출정이군요.
부름이라
태어내겠습니다.
출정이군요.
네, 목적지를 향해
목적지까지 가기 위하여.
No, not Sinclair either. Or no, I think I did have. I don't know. Did I? We spent a long. No, I don't think I did. We spent a long time while rifling through the photo studio with LCD team, but no one found any decisive evidence. There sure are a lot of photos around, but almost all of them are just pictures of buildings. Nothing much to tell from that. Aside from the canister containing the film roll Sinclair picked up, there are no remaining items here that can count as a proper clue, Executive Manager. I've confirmed that the rest are all empty plastic containers. Then it's probably best to check the contents of the film roll directly. Yes, Executive Manager, I will find a way to develop the film roll. Did you guys find any sort of photo development room or equipment nearby? Let's search a little bit more before we see what's in that film roll. Mentor, what do you make of this object? For the 8th time, Ongdu, I have no idea. If I had wits bright enough to understand all that lies before me with a single glance, like that team leader, I would have passed the royal examination long ago and secured myself a lucrative position as a court official. But Mentor, hadn't you already passed the royal? Once swung a sword does not retrace its arc, Ongdu, so it is with life. There is no undoing what has already been cut. The fuck is this guy spewing? Thus it is unnecessary to dwell on what can no longer be undone. There is no after for what has been slashed away. Not for you, Mentor. Ought you not dwell on what can no longer be undone? I misspoke. I did not mean it that way, Ongdu. I merely meant to say that I do not wish to recall my past. I am aware you have told me such long ago whenever you were placed in a position to retrace the past. Random quote poem. Mostly as at the eateries where you filled your belly on unpaid tabs, and each time you brought down the stone wall before our house by your own erring hand. Those are exactly the kind of things you should never forget. My belly, I feel a stabbing pain in my belly. This spot, all the very wound you once gave me, afflicts me yet. The one from when you thought you were only poking me with a scabbard, yet by some cruel turn it was your sword that ran me through. This, Mentor, you said it was completely healed and that I need not concern myself with it. Those very same words have been replaced at least 80 times. But it still aches every now and then, chiefly when I hear your sharp, cutting words that I really don't want to hear. Ah, is that so? Mandu suddenly pulled out a sheet of paper and began furiously writing something down. What's this? I have written down the words that I have just said. I knew it. Oh. If hearing my sharp cutting words affects you so much, perhaps reading them instead would cause no suffering. Man, this girl. Kim's face began to contort like a wet dish towel being wrung dry. How long is the dungeon? I really can't believe this is the same mentor Ongdu follows so devoutly, where all that dignity and forbearance Ongdu said he had. Young Ongdu, there is a matter I wish I would ask thee. Apparently I wasn't the only one who felt that way about him. Pray speak freely. This may perhaps be a discourteous inquiry, but I too, when speaking to others of those whom I serve, often ornament my words with a laudation of a agreeable degree, and yet, I understand your concern, Lady Don Quixote. I suppose this is your first time seeing Mentor with his shoulders so unbraced and his bearing so loose. In truth, when I first beheld him, I was wondering whether such a man could truly be a leader worth placing my faith in. However, upon my honor, I assure you that I have never once uttered a falsehood when I spoke of him to you. My respect toward the blade of my own and foes alike, my determination to safeguard what must be protected, ever since my arms be torn apart, all of these are undoubtedly the teaching that my master has imparted unto me. The dungeon's not fancy. 4? Oh wait, how many floors are there? Truly, why if fortunate should grant the opportunity, you may witness Mentor's true self yourself someday. That is to say, if we let ourselves be carried by the currents of the river to arrive at such a chance. Gave her beside armor a casual sweep, smiling sincerely as though she truly believed every word she said. Then, leaning closer to Don Quixote, she whispered, "Besides, unless I speak with this start ignorance, there will be no to his thinking in his heels. I would ask for your trust, for all is aid and his benefit." Check. 26 floors, one of them is a dungeon. Fuck, this is probably gonna be like a 2 or 3 stream thing then. I was in the skilled district party and you weren't there. Did you Wait, what? What happened, 53? Forsooth, thou too hast been burdened with the trials of serving your superior. Is this an attempt to sneak peek at your hidden ASMR skills? You should keep it hidden. So that's what it was. I get it now. Was it so good that you can't stand it? Just as I witnessed the budding of their particular bond of commiseration and camaraderie between our chivalric friends, the door leading outside was flung open with a loud slam. We have arrived at the target location. It appears that the advance party has already been defeated. Wait, who are these people? Didn't they say they were only a single violator? I'm being verbose with skill issue slander. I've arrived. Hey, superior. Yeah, I don't know, chat. We're probably gonna have to make this a 2 or 3 stream thing because 26 floors? That's fucking crazy. Oh crap. Looks like it's too late to talk our way out of this, whatever excuse we come up with. Maybe everything PM was sneaky as well with some of the lore. Yeah, we need to do the trailer. I was gonna do the trailer reaction earlier, but I forgot about it when I went to go check on my grandpa. But we'll do it after this. But this is not going well. The same thing happened last time when I saw the InCorp employee. I thought we had the wrong intel, and all of a sudden, a sudden flash blinded my vision white. How the hell do we get blinded when we're a fucking clock? As though I had stared straight into a burst of searing light, so intense and bright that it made my head swing. Yeah, there was this same pop. With my vision blinded, the only thing I could make out was Ezra's soft murmur, until even that came to a stop as her breathing hushed. And for me to realize what was happening. What the fuck? Seeing it again doesn't exactly warm the heart. What did you say? Though escort may indeed be passing through hard times, this alley was not quite so wretched in form, was it, master? Is that right? Looks much the same to me. This place, did we just get teleported to escort? No, Dante, though it generates a considerable sense of verisimilitude. Verisimilitude. This is, I think I know what this is. This is a presence. I haven't been able to detect it until just now, but somehow it was now surrounding us, saturating every corner of the space where we stood. Sector N is just basically German occupied France. Think fast. Think fast. Add lore to every enemy passive skill. It's the boss again at the end of the dungeon. I can't wait to see what's different this time. The dreary stone walls, trees bent and coiled in Gore-Tex forms and sheen of delight, and even the air will you breathe, all of them point toward a single phenomenon. This is the depth of the phantoms, phantoms made entirely out of distortions. These are completely different distortions where the in-court employee was just a moment ago. Executive manager, this is exactly it. This is what I was trying to explain. Camera Onis? When Ezra pointed, the people in smart units had vanished, and in their presence, figures clad in blood-stained dopo robes were approaching us and dragging uneasy steps. Right, let's fight first and talk later. Ready, Ongdu? My blade is poised to strike, Lady Ezra. And wait, where's the bamboo-headed dude? I am afraid he has already taken his leave. He said he had no desire to cross blades with the Chinakins of S-Corp twice. Bum-hearted fraud strikes again. Aside from his appearance, you see for yourself. It reminded me of Honglu Big Brother. The bum left us for dead. Come on, man, not again. He's a repeat offender, that's for certain. Executive manager. Whatever Kim's gone off to, this definitely isn't the time to be asking trivial questions. Right, let's do what Ezra says and get ready for battle. The known Germans and the citizens are the oppressed French citizens. Herman and friends are non-native to Sector N, Sector N, mind you, and come from other sectors like aka G Corp. What's G Corp known for? On your orders, Executive Manager. Men, prepare for battle.
어떤 상황이 닥쳐도 포기하지 마세나. 저들의 공격은 우리의 소지를 깨뜨릴 수 없을 테니.
The old G Corp. Have we been to G Corp before? Oh, what? So Kanto 1? It's not base Mer. That's the Mersault with the blade lineage, right? You were the bugs boys. Why are you using? They for the points, right? We're using the blade lineage for the points, right? Big bad apple. Fuck the apple. I hate the apple. That is W Corp Mer. Not lineage salt. These guys have lore. Okay, we'll read it. Yeah, but y'all told me to use them for the points, so we should be fine. Just because they're like, I know they're unleveled. I'm just using them for the points.
기회를 잡았네. 휘청이는 저자를 꺾어 넘긴다면 저들의 사기가 떨어질 것이 뻔하지. 돌격하세!
What are the Easter eggs here, chat? Head splitting memory. Oh. To cover the eyes is not to be blind. These fabrics created using Q-Core Singularity are fashioned into many forms, such as blindfolds and handfolds, and are commonly used throughout the East. It is not unusual to see fixtures and employees of corporate entities in the East covering their heads and faces with these products. The fabrics serve the same function as glasses, visors, and combat prosthetics eyes found everywhere in the city. They scan the target's information in real time, augment the wearer's vision, and provide tactical analysis. At times, they can also serve as a means of communication with distant allies. That's cool. Wait, these are fixers? Oh, that's disgusting, chat. That's that freaking whatever this OST. Seriously, gotta be careful with this workshop, baby. It's once bad slip and you'll end up zapping yourself instead. Dokubi arms. Dokubi arms. Do you perchance speak of dokubis that often appear in tales of old? I can scarcely believe it, yet after all I have witnessed while relying on the hospitality of LIMBUS Company, the extension of dokubis from folklore may well be within reason. Come to think of it, I do recall hearing of a name called Dokubi Unit. You like that model? You girls got an eye for quality. Excuse me, can we try this model? Oh, come on, relax. I know the deal. You break it, you buy it. Thanks. See? Told you I'm a regular here, okay? So the sword and the scabbard come as a set. So grab them both and feel the weight. How's that? Not as heavy as they look, huh? Oh, so there's this particle powder thing in the scabbard under patent by Nuke Workshop. Every time you sheathe and unsheathe the sword for a brief moment, its blade comes out way sharper and lighter, and that model you're holding happens to focus on the sharpness. So it's like ding, and voila, you get a nice buff on your weapon. I think it's one of the Yi series models, that Mook Workshop's classic lineup, by the way. Check out the finish here. It's, what the heck, hey, this is the Yi Type 2 model that went out of production. You know what, this stuff really isn't easy to come by. We're lucky we find one here. If such a rarity, Lady Ezra, perhaps you have to wield it instead. Oh my god, it's so much! No, it's fine. Well, I can see it's literally made for you. And this will work nice with those boosters on your new prosthetic arms. You'll need some getting used to, but you'll be one heck of a fighter once you get the hang of it. Anyway, consider a gift from yours truly. You're officially one of us now. Officially our new girl. No more temp ID. Then I shall accept with gratitude. By the way, remember that classic lineup part? It's super durable, but there are delicate parts that you should watch out not to break. Okay, you know what? Let them break if it really comes to that. Just don't die on us. I shall take your words to heart. Hold on, chat. Let me check on my grandpa real quick. During Kanto 4, I don't remember that. Maybe when someone tries to break a taboo. When the bit he didn't realize the two were in his team. No, I mean I knew they were gonna be in the team. They were like next to us. I feel like we're getting like the further we go into Kantos, the more like helpers we have. I love the Screw Atelier move because it's a reference to Distorted Detective. Chat, there is a game called something Atelier and I want to play it. I think it's called Ruya Atelier 2. Didn't Anna's ID card get changed before it was only top of her head appearing in the picture? I'm not sure. They still did her ID photo dirty? No, I glanced at it when we were reading. Like, what is it again? What superior? What are you talking about? Passives? I already read their passives. I just read them. I read all this. Yeah, we read all this. No, these are the oh, statuses. Then wait, where's their passives? Oh fuck, alright. Okay, so her passives are the same. Her passives. Customized prosthetic prototype Mark V Dokubi arms. On the outside it looks no different from prosthetics you might find in other Nest or Backstreets. But apparently this particular prosthetic limb has been created using technology unique to LIMBUS Company. I wonder what that could be. Since the development of this prototype was led by the LCD department, I would assume it has something to do with the power of distortions. Oh, that's not to say that I have certainly regarded the matter. I was only in charge of transporting it. You see, it's just a simple speculation really. In any case, I doubt this is your average prosthetic limb meant for body enhancement. To cover the eyes isn't... Okay, no, I read that already. Corporate want you to tell the status. Oh, they are the same. It's just the only difference is one is beneficial and one is not very beneficial. Or I think. Well, wait, statuses and yeah. Swordplay of the Homeland, does it have text? The windows are different.
이제야 실력을 좀 내시네요. 평소에도 이러면 얼마나 좋습니까? 결정, 해군, 초월, 실력에게 불확실한 것은 없네.
Hold on.
바리에게 해줄 이야기가 또 늘었군요.
Swordplay of the Homeland? No, it doesn't do anything. Did you just checkmate you?
지긋지긋한 전투가 드디어 하나 끝났네요.
Hold on, chat. Pop out. There we go. I keep forgetting about turning them on. Where's the battle subtitles? Okay, where are they? I don't see them.
방금 어떻게 하신 거죠? 깜짝 놀랐어요.
Yeah, I don't see them.
아까 했던 공격 덕에
그대는
한결
어디까지
수월해진 것
가고
같아요.
있을지.
좋네요.
I mean, they might as well just not be on the screen. They're like not even there.
칼날이 잘 드네요. 귀와 요격. 아마 그 공격이 약점이었겠죠? 떨굴 수밖에. 원더풀한 선택이었어, 나리! 저들의 약점이 뻔히 보이는 게로군.
Do they only work on people that are talking?
공격 덕에 한결 수월해진 것 같아요.
Like, cause I'm zoomed in on the character, but it's not the it's probably not the character that's talking or the character. I don't know. I don't. Yeah.
시원합니다.
No, they're not showing up.
여기 심장이 잠깐 저릿했기에.
I don't see them. That should be all of them. Surveying the area with measured alert, Ongdu cast the blood from her sword with a few sharp flicks before sliding it back into its sheath. That's not changing. They're not changing back. It doesn't look like beating up the disordered ones revert them immediately this time around. Above their head when they're attacking. Perhaps a fortune tune events. In a way, let us search for clues while time allows us. Right, you take that side, Ongdu. I'll search here. Ezra and Ongdu moved about as though they were used to this kind of situation without even taking a moment to catch their breath. After the battle, they began searching the space. What do you mean? They weren't even on the screen. Pray thee, Don Quixote was the first one to voice her doubt in the surreal, unfamiliar situation we found ourselves in. We bowed distortions upon our arrival hither, yet never before have I beheld our surrounding change with such a sudden flash. Eyesight of a starfish? I cannot make sense of this situation. Couldst thou render a detailed account of this distortion phenomenon? Apologies, it would appear I overlooked the briefing due to the urgency of this predicament. This is, according to the definition presented by Lady Moses, a location type distortion. It's basically when the whole space distorts and since places and buildings can't move on their own, the distortion gets fixed in a certain place. As for this one, looks like the distortion already progressed pretty far. Middle stage probably. They don't usually get this big, but this one here has covered almost an entire street. Then these people, they entered this space and got caught up in it. And our job right now is to get to the bottom of the phenomenon. What exactly gets people caught up and what happened to them once they're in? Of course, we can't really rule out the possibility of a powerful distortion that's encroaching upon its environment. Oh, by the way, by that I mean when distortion bleeds into the space around it and warps it. Oh man, I'm actually talking like our team leader. Rubbed off on me, I guess. No, recall the lore of the... Yeah, I don't know their lore. I don't know what even is that. Chunokun? Yeah, I don't know. I've never heard of that before. Ezra continued this sheepish giggle. In any case, we won't be able to suppress or cure the distortion even if we whip these guys. As says 100 times. In Mersal's Uptide story? Yeah, I mean, I never read his Uptide stories. I don't think I have Blade Lineage Mersal. We need more clues to help us locate the inflection point. Maybe we should examine these people over here too. With a call, Ezra directed our attention to rows of collapsed people all around, and all of them clad in dopo robes. These are the glyphs emblazoned upon their headbands. Chu bespeaks propulsion and pursuit. It marks them as Chun Okons, functionaries charged with scoring and hunting runaway nobis. They get mentioned in Kanto 4 and the Intervallo with Bamboo Hurricane. Yeah, no, I need to reread those. I think I only read the Intervallo with Fish. And the Intervallos before Fish, I never read. Nice, Princeps. How long did it take you? You hail from the homeland. I thought that was a skunk. You hail from the homeland as we do. I'm surprised that you know of them. I could hardly fail to know, for I too was once enumerated among their quarry. Scientists and technicians were daily being possessed of their stations in Escorp after all. So it was no idle tale. Scientists who ply their craft without fattening Escorp's coffers are seized forthwith and made nobis of the corporation. I'll take a badger any day. Well, the boss is really easy even when my sort of dudes got killed. Let's see. Literally means what's on the chicken? Boss was easy, but it was still really fun. I was literally my last like friend. I was level 14, by the way. Indeed, I count myself fortunate to have scorned with my friends before the brand of Nobi could be impressed upon us. Otherwise, Nobi, the wretched appellation conferred upon the people of the convenience of those in power, a viral practice and an excuse of their power mongering, nothing more. So-called taboo hunters of Incorp operate by much the same anatomy. Does the breaching of taboo summon the hunter, or does the hunter first seize his prey to thereafter frame the captive with the invented transgression? Jean, are you rigging again? If it's so Paris so desired to chase a man down, to take possession of his very being and kept him caged, then they not only decree that he should bear the lot of a Nobi. Such is what Escorp has become today. My mentor too is one of the victims of that accursed practice. Then could these people have been sent out to capture your mentor, or are you saying? Or me perhaps? Or none of us? You mean to state that they may be conceptual forms of generated by distortions? That is a plausible conjecture. We are getting nowhere with this clue hunting. With a heavy sigh, Otis pressed her finger against her brow, as if her head was starting to pound in frustration. To delve further into the matter it is necessary to determine why the Escorp and its Chunokuns have appeared as the motif of this phenomenon. Fish will work to kill anyone who goes against it, and taboos like the Like the orders for the head and the taboo hunters in court. Just go to Jean's basement and tip her flavors. Tip her tables. Consider this course of event we have seen so far. Wouldn't it not stand to reason that the distortion stains all nearby things with memories most foul? The presence of Chino-kun suggests a possible correspondence to Yi-Sang's memories. Conversely, however, the absence of T-Corp's time collectors weaken that hypothesis, in which case the most plausible theory is that this particular distortion could have stemmed from Bamboo-Hottie Kim or Ongdu's memories. Ongdu forwarded her brows and fell into thought as though she couldn't grasp the full picture of the problem. I've seen a few distortions that show trauma on affect their surrounding, but this one, I'm getting that pop of inspiration. Can't even guess at what the distortion wants either. Speaking of pop, if only the team leader was here, cracking this would have been a piece of cake. I'll go back to Jean's definitely threatening. Chat, how many stages are in this intervalo? We're back, so this is why you kept asking whether we've seen anything bursting with a pop. In court, we must have erupted to getting dragged into the distortion like this. I mean, what else were we supposed to do? It was self-defense. They were about to attack us. Oh my god, Jean, stop rigging. What the fuck? What the fuck, Jean? Is on recover from being a hair donor to cover Hongdu's forehead. I suppose finding the root cause and taking care of it would be the fastest way forward. Let's just do what we can for now. Okay, first we need to develop the film we have here. We'll have to head to the nearest dark room and actually let's first drag that slippery hat wearing Colt back here and get him talking about the Chinokuns. That's probably our best bet. Every time we take a job, that psycho just slips off without telling anyone. And as part of me watch Ezra stomp her feet in frustration, I was also carefully following Heathcliff's team through the other part of my vision. Oh, I think I can help with that. Have you located him? What, boss clock found something? Yep, I found where bum-hotted fraud is right now. She's getting too powerful. The best I can do is time her out.
돌아오고 있어요. 뒤틀림에서 다시 사람의 형상으로.
Land of the no Germans in Incorp.
절대 도달하지 못했을 결과일 테죠.
It doesn't tell me. It doesn't tell me how many stages we have.
S사로 떠나기 전까지 제가 현장 추리팀에서 무엇을 배워가면 좋을지.
No, boo-hotted fraud. Hold on, chat. Let me go check on my grandpa, and then we'll watch the trailer. Man, chat, my right big toe, my right toe is like numb for some reason. It's been numb for a while now. Chat, how many stages do we have? It doesn't tell me how many. For my toe? Gout. Stroke. For my toe? My right toe. What the hell?
그러든가.
We have blade. We do not have blade.
이 소리는 폭풍인가?
자유로워질 수 없어. 이 거미줄을 끊어내지 않고서는.
Blade lineage. Blade lineage. Blood lineage. Does Yi Sang have blade lineage? No, I only have 3 blade lineage, I think. 3 or 4.
대상 확인해.
자유로워질 수 없어. 이 왔군. 그러든가. 가시죠.
부름.
네. 뭐,
대원의
부산.
혈기분들이 또 날뛰고 있나요?
출정이군요.
Oh wait, how about where's Hong Lu? No good Honglus.
이번에도 치령의 뜻은 본인과 같군.
Like 13 stages with a dungeon? Fuck. Could be worse. You got a disease called pote on your toes? No? What's pote? Alright, Sphixa, you have a good one. Thanks for joining us. Let me see. Let's see. LIMBUS Company. 9.5 trailer. Yeah, what's a pote? Wait, wait, what? Oh, this one. Oh my god, fuck. Moving on. Apparently the residents of Butter Street had all chipped into. Nothing could actually do anything this to us. Meaning the distortion phenomenon is still occurring unchecked somewhere on the streets. What am I stuttering? Like that's the fuck. Ah shit, no. Yeah. Okay, there we go.
피골이 상접하니 피눈물만 흐른다.
When bone cleaves to flesh as flesh to bone, tears of blood shall flood the streets. Quite an apt turn of phrase, isn't it?
괜찮은 표현 아닌가요? 살과 뼈가
Chat, is it just me or does Hong Lu get a lot of IDs that pertain to blood?
붙어 먹으니 피가 아주 철철 흘러내리잖아요. 덕분에 저희 추노꾼들은 살판 났죠. 잡아와도 도망가고 또 도망가.
Then that makes it good hunting season for us Chinookans. You run away, we catch you. You run away again, we catch you again.
아주 일이 끊이질 않는답니다.
So
일이 나오시죠?
Hong Lu has an ID over like the distortions.
이 오랏줄에 묵히시길. 몇 놈 놓치긴 했지만 어차피 잡아들일 노비는 차고 넘치잖아요. 지금 이 순간에도 담을 넘고 다른 구역으로 떠나려던 민초들은 한가득이.
Even as we speak.
이번 추세에 일일비하지 말고 다음에 잘 잡아보죠.
바람이 닳고 비에 씻겨.
Rains may wither me hollow, but the edge of my blade shall never dull. So I'm guessing this is Ongdu's like ID over a Ongdu.
본위대로 맡은 바를 다할.
Longdu.
출입팀 소속 이스마엘. 의뢰하신 바에 따라 뒤틀린 포획 시작하겠습니다.
Fish
그저
do.
발에 휘두르는 것만이 전부였던 자들은 우두 곁을 떠났고 S사로 돌아가고자 뜻을 품었던 자들은
I mean, chat, if Ongdu smells like fish, can we just call her Fish Do?
지금 검계라는 이름을 마땅히 댈 수 있는 자는 저 하나뿐이겠네요. 저는 선배분들처럼
There's another mod.
아씨처럼
What?
뛰어난
What? G?
직관과
Is this
지성을
you?
가진 것도 아니라서요. 살수 본위. 살아왔던 궤적대로 검을 휘둘러 배워야 할 것을 배고 죽여야 할 것을 죽일 뿐이죠.
What's so? I mean, like I don't see anything too hype about the trailer. What's hype?
돌아오고 있어요. 뒤틀림에서 다시 사람의 형상으로. 살수의 방식으로는 절대 도달하지 못했을
Well, there's not
결과물이죠.
much hype here. I mean, this is
이젠
cool.
좀 알 것 같네요.
Oh shit! Look at her arm. What the fuck? It's the ID of after her arms get ripped off. That's a little disrespectful. Can't we keep Ongdu's arms in her ID?
로 떠나기 전까지 제가 현장 추리팀에서 무엇을 배워가면 좋을지.
Because they took her arms out. Let's keep her, let her have her arms in her ID.
숨을 거두리라.
Yo, it's Sung Jin Woo. Oh my god. Wait, is this the distortion? No, wait, no, that's not Sung Jin Woo. That's Virgil. He's doing a Virgil. He's Virgilius.
달빛이 밝다.
Sync ego. First what? Sync ego? What's that? Jean, I didn't cut away her arms, okay? That wasn't me. What the hell? Yo, fucking, it's literally Virgil. It's literally the Virgil slash. When use the ego, when you have it on Kim's site, his oral training from what? Wait, Mersal? Wait, that I keep forgetting that's not Hong Lu. This is Mersal? Is this Mersal? It is Mersal because it's the fucking eyes. With the abnormality synchronized. You become one with the distorted version.
숨을 거두리라. 삼켜지기 전에 되겠다.
I mean, what are the what's the difference between a normal ego and a synced ego then? And what's the difference?
그 무리까지 밟진 너를
Yo, the laugh gives me chills, man. The laugh. It's just one attack and usually done. Well, explain it simply, Eugene. Give me the most simplest kindergarten way you can explain it. The way we see in Limbus, while sinking goes is where we use its powers. Do we not use its? Wait, do we not already do that with normal egos? Oh yeah, for a few. Oh, synchronization for a few turns. You can use it one time. Sync ego, you can become the abnormal for a certain amount of turn. Oh, oh. You do Oonga Boonga. So wait. Do we get boss stats? For only, hey, that's good enough for me. We use it once. Sync ego, we come to that's. Oh, wait. Then does that mean um Limbus? No. No, give me my Don Sancho ego. Sync ego. Give me this ego. Maybe when they uptide 5 it. Ooh. Long hair princess looking Dawn with a Victorian era kind of like outfit. Yo, that's gonna go so hard. I will be so hard. Oh. Oh. What's this?
Your perfect domain is out
The
there.
fuck is this?
Go to Wix and make it yours. Claim
그저 하염없이 모든 피를 먹어. 그래, 그렇게 황홀히 피어나고 피어나고 피어나라.
Oh. Oh. I saw something else.
그저 하염없이
That's okay, never mind. I got clickbaited. They will only do this for future egos, sadly. Then we get another ego of Sancho. Give me that with Samus vibe. I am fire for those who dare to care for me. Honglu with ego sing in the future. Well, PP probably. And Miss Ego in the future. You could be with Sandra doing a cute dance to thumbnail. So how weak are you? I mean, it's to me, it's basically Sancho. So does that mean we actually get a Sancho ego in the future? During her second act? Kanto? But what's up with these gets? They're showing up out of nowhere. I know, but judging by their getup, they seem like escort fellows. Seeing egos will only work if it's specific with that center ID. Impossible. Is it an abno or a distortion? Don't tell me that, princess. Don't tell me that's not possible. Nothing is impossible for Sancho. Through the place earlier, but no, they just had to go barking at them first. Who would have saved us a whole lot of trouble if you had it right? So it's my fault. Those bastards look like they were nicking stuff. This is our contract area, ain't it? If they walked off with something important, we'd be the ones catching hell. Listen, bud, not everyone's itching to swipe their coupons into their pockets the second they get the chance. For how many bloody months are you lot gonna milk that? Excuse me, what, you got a problem too, mate? No, not at all. Just wondering whether that gentleman over there is also one of our enemies. Is that the end of your trope performance? Shame, I was really enjoying watching you folks dance. Must have mistaken this place for the Peach Blossom Land of Legends had there been a cup of fine Magoli to go with it. Yeah, that's a enemy alright. He has a name tag though. I think it says LCD. LCD or whatever, who gives a toss? Am I supposed to put up with every bastard having a dig at me? Okay, Heathcliff, you're fucking stupid. Man, Heathcliff. You. I thought he had some good character development, but like, I feel like he regressed. What the fuck? Such a bold swing, didn't know there was an encore to that performance. You sleepy little rat. Well, I do find this amusing enough, but if you tend to play with me, you ought to be more aware of your surroundings. Hey, behind you there's... Wait, can't Dante tell them that he's a ally? He took out all those dopo wearing people with just a single strike. I'd say that about covers the price of admittance to your trope circus, wouldn't you? Hey, Brit stage, they love their British. What just happened? Okay. Well then, I leave the rest to you folk. Wandering blades and merrim tales never linger on the stage for long after all. Oh, just 99 burn stats. Has a range on his voice. TFN. What's TFN? Oi, where the hell do you think you're going?
너무 약올리신 것 같은데요. 적의 기세가 확연히 달라졌어요.
Oh, yes. Here we go. Oh, trial for navigator. Okay. Yeah, she loses her lover and stuff, but she would work best with Hong Lu. I mean, definitely talk with them at the start. He said he was retreating Hitler while talking to Faust. I thought he could like communicate with them.
칼날이 잘 드네요. 아마 그 공격이 약점이었겠죠?
Chat is Sancho British? Like, or what is she? What is Sancho? Or what is Don Quixote? Spanish? Okay. Never have I seen such a, like, if Spanish as in the royal Spanish or the bum Spanish. Your American side is showing. Royal Spanish? Okay, no wonder she looks much better than my notion of Spanish. The Spain Spanish. Yeah, the Royal Spanish. Yeah. The OG Spanish. The Spanish of the divine. No way specs the Spanish Inquisition. Whenever I see, can't wait to read. Okay, Book of Don Quixote. Don Quixote and Sancho are pretty much some random knights.
드디어 하나 끝났네요.
Royal Spanish or Spanish, but with more glitter. No, Royal Spanish, yes, you know what, that's the simplest way to say it, but the Royal Spanish are the Spanish with integrity. Integrity and respect. He's insulting me. You know what, Superior? I hate how you say that because fucking Filipinos literally have Spanish, American, and like Asian all in one, and they're chat. You know, every time I talk about Philippines, whenever I talk about myself in the Filipino way, I always refer to myself as the discount Asian. Stage racist art continue. I'm not racist. I just speak a certain way.
방금 어떻게 하신 거죠? 깜짝 놀랐어요.
No, Spanish, no. I mean, like, not all Brits have integrity. Not all Americans have integrity. It's just that there's no two kinds American. There's no two kinds Brits. But there's two kinds of Spanish. There's the Spanish on the west and there's the Spanish on the east. And we'll leave it at that. Jean not doing her Jean job.
앞으로도 그렇게만 해주세요.
Asian, we are Asian. You mean Japanese and a teensy weensy bit of
신뢰가 좀
Chinese.
되시네요. 평소에도 이러면 얼마나 좋습니까?
Discount Asian instead of a
운전의 위대한 일감을
Caucasian, you just say.
이따가 버스에서 회고해야지 않겠나?
So you're saying you're gonna build a wall? No, I didn't say I was building a wall. But there is definitely already a wall between the West and the East Spanish. It's called the Atlantic Ocean Wall. Atlantic? The Atlantic, right? I think it's called the Atlantic. It hasn't changed, right, chat? It's not called the Trump Ocean, right?
걱정은 하지 않겠습니다.
They haven't changed the name of the ocean, right, chat?
확신하고 있으실 테니까.
Didn't the Spanish has the wide side and the west? Don't know the Spanish has the west side and the east side. Do they have the Bloods and?
한 번에 이렇게나. 마치
Yes, yes, they do, but I don't know which one's the cleaner of the two. So let me get this straight. Dude was here just a minute ago, and now nobody knows where he wandered off to. Yeah, bloke just turned up out of nowhere, flipped his gums, then did a runner before anyone could grab him. After Trump get Greenland, we call it Trumpland. He for sure aiming for that. Trumpland. Hey, that'd be funny as heck. Soon enough, Trump Ocean or American Ocean. The American Ocean. All the other Asians are but no, no, we're not talking about Spanish and Asians. We're talking about Spanish and Spanish. The Spain Spanish and the dirt. Ezra let out a long listless sigh as though she was getting sick and tired of even complaining about Kim. Lady Ezra, I cannot say your frustration is misplaced, yet I trust you are also aware that more often than not, mentor actions have carried a profound design. This has You can't clip. You can't clip. There's no way for you to clip. YouTube has removed the clipping function, which is fucking terrible, by the way. He has never left his post without purpose so far. No, I get okay, but come on, would it kill him to give us heads up before he goes zooming off on his own again? It's not like we'd stop him. What are we gonna do? Tie him up? Lock him up in a closet? We don't do that in our team, right? Remember last time we all thought he was being a good parent and sleeping it off in the recovery ward? But no, when LCE got infiltrated, he snuck out without telling anyone and came back like nothing happened. Team leader didn't even chew him out for that. Yeah, I don't know why. YouTube makes the weirdest decision. What the fuck, man? I forgot. I forgot I had this. Hold on, chat. I'll be back. I'm gonna check on my grandpa. I can't find my water bottle, chat. It's disappeared. No, literally the look in her face, chat, is priceless. Jesus, my hair, chat. No, her ID photo is flattering. It's not a dent. That's my hair. Oopsie, wasn't supposed to mention that, was I? Then the reason he failed to participate in the operation was simply because the LCD was lax in supervising his personnel. Is that what you're suggesting? Are you losing hair? No, I don't lose hair unless I get a haircut. Lady Moses bade us hold our tongue for this very reason. She knew full well Mentor's intention would be misunderstood in precisely such a manner. What part of this have I misunderstood? Did you not just disclose that the man deserted his post without authorization? That's the thing, he wasn't just wandering around, he was outside all alone, taking down the ring auto mannequins who locked down the elevator that leads into the LCE department. Yeah, it's not like he was dealing with the strongest enemies out there, but the recovery ward didn't have an emergency alarm, and nobody from the department was there to warn him either. He somehow just caught on and did the job himself. Heard it's all thanks to him that the facility team managed to get the comms back up and contact that LCE office chief dude way faster, and that helped the LCA to actually deploy. They would have been delayed for another hour or two if he hadn't stepped in, apparently. I would do anything for Carmen if it means getting Moses as my wife. That's my goat, bamboo-hearted king. Superior, I didn't see it, and he didn't help take out the people that were at least around his level. So to me, he is the bum-hearted fraud. And he went fighting even though he still wasn't fully recovered, so he came back looking like he'd been processed through a meat grinder. So yeah, he did end up staying in bed like a good patient in a lot of pain. And then the soldier is not entirely deserved of reproach. Nope, he's a less talking, more doing type, I guess. Anyway, we were all stuck inside the building back then during the incident, so fine. I suppose there was no helping it though. Today though, never mind, it's always like this with him. He's always slips away and pops back in saying it's done. No arguments. Seed coat mold. My point is, what happens if one day one of those solo missions doesn't go his way and he just drops dead in the street somewhere? How are we supposed to help him then? Entire army of those mechanics. The same things our sinners have a slight difficulty in finding, by the way. Which ones? I don't remember. What mechanics? Oh, like like the, are you talking about the mechanics that the maestro had? And these are devious. They sometimes manage to kill my sinners in a daily XP farm. Are you talking about the ones that the ring ones that open their chest to roof leaves, those things that go boom? Yeah, the ones from the maestro stage, right? Actually, how does he even know what's supposed to be done in the first place when nobody gave him any instruction? The bloke's got to be relying on his gut feeling, innit? Gut feeling. Look, I only saw the bloke for a bit, so I can't say I've got him figured out. He's an annoying bastard, but he didn't strike me as some clueless sod who doesn't know where he's stepping in. He scratched at his chin, then kept talking as though he was stating an obvious fact. Today's proof enough. He's not one of us, so Clockhead couldn't have reached him from that far and sent him to back us up. And there's no way he just happened to run into us just when we were about to get into battle, innit? The rings on... Yeah, but like... I wasn't sure if they were like just different kinds of auto mannequins. Well, could be bloke's got some stupidly sharp head on him and pierced through things together. Could be that, but I've got these moments when I get a flash of that gut feeling, somehow you want to call it. My boss man Matthew said he could hear that kind of shite too. Said I could hear them gears turning, or I think I hear rats scurrying about. He'd do things you couldn't make heads or tails of. Listen, there was this one time when we were expecting a life and death fight. Matthew says he can hear them gears turn, walks into a random pub, starts throwing back drinks like he'd lost his bloody mind. Any other kind of one we've ever even heard of? The sweepers, right? Not the sweepers. Those things in Hong Lu's Kanto. That does sound like someone who's lost his bloody mind. Back when I was on the ship, some sailors used to drink the barrel dry before battling whales to blunt their fear, only to stumble around on the deck and fall overboard. Those aren't automated? Oh, they're not? Yeah, and boss could knock it back like a whale. Still, the point is, getting plastered right before a turf war is not what most sane people would call a good idea. Had us all cross, so I went stomping after him. And guess what? Turns out that pub was the secret hideout where this opposing syndicate was holed up. They were crying around the gaffer, running their mouths about how they'll kill him and put an end to the dead rabbits. That's when we came storming in and had them surrounded instead. Not a single one of them got away. We beat them bloody, every last bastard, and boss knew it'd play out that way. Sorry, but this really sounds like Barstool bragging to me. You sure that wasn't just a coincidence? I should think it was no mere coincidence. If you were saying as much, then surely this was but one among many such coincidences. Is that not so? Yeah, every time Matthew pulled one of those stunts, our lot ended up growing bigger. Wouldn't have kept the work so neatly if it was just a coincidence. It is likely what is often referred to as indeed an instinctive sense or experience-based precognition, more accurately an unconscious process by which information accumulated in the subconscious is sorted and converted into sensible conclusion. There have been some extremely rare cases in which Heathcliff has determined the ability to arrive at coherent conclusion that surprised even Faust. On further analysis, it appeared that he was employing a mechanism similar to a sixth sense, as some people call it. Is that a compliment, or are you taking the piss out of me? I mean, Arkham literally lost to Corp and 7 Sergeant Heathcliff. The Heath IDs we have are confirmed to have surviving cows or killed or Holmes Conto out training dummies and Holmes Conto out level Wild Hunt Heathcliff. Wait, why do you say Earl King lost to those Heathcliff? So are you? I thought like the Earl King is the Earl King Heathcliff just meant to be an obstacle in every one of like Heathcliff moments? Like he's just meant to be an obstacle for us to overcome in no matter the mirror world? Though my mentor does not see fit to explain each step he takes. When all has passed, I often find that no football of his was taken in vain. Football? What the fuck? A footfall of his was taken in vain. He's not really that strong when you actually think about it. I would ask of you, grant him but a little time and wait. Keep waiting, and the shape of his intent may yet be clearer. Big Daddy Oak himself lose to potential man. Though I confess, I've also been concerned about him of late. His recent silence is far heavier than what I've noticed in the past. Too late. Donkey began hesitating, then stopped herself from saying more. She only gave a quiet nod. Yeah, okay, I suppose our team leader has her own reasons for letting him be. That said, doesn't mean I'm happy about it. Let us return to the task at hand and do what we can for now. Fine, fine. As the others quieted down, I finally had room to notice the place we found ourselves in. There wasn't a single ray of light. Just a deep red hue pressing in from every side. I can't believe we've been chatting away in the dark this whole time, fellas. And the red lights aren't helping at all, especially with my aging eyes. Oh, are you looking for a little switch? It's right here. And right then, don't turn on the light. I heard Mercer clip the warning, his voice coming from a corner I didn't expect to find. Where are you? There he is, that corner. Is he washing something? I am developing the film role. Manager, exposure to light might ruin the entire role. Please exercise caution. So he's been doing his own thing. That explains why he was so quiet all along. I forgot he had his glove had this name. Solil? That's funny because yeah, no. Don't think you'd know how to print photographs, pal. What's that for anyway? You expressed the wish to have the film developed, manager. I'm carrying out that instruction. I see. A photo studio first, and now a dark room. This may be no more than a conjecture, but it would not be unreasonable to suppose that the access of this assortment rests upon a photographer. The film serial number either matches these found in the photo studio or deviate by only a single digit. It is certain that this dark room is connected to the studio in some way. Let's say it's because they won against Earthgang, though most likely not against full manifestation. So are you saying there are IDs that we can't use because they lost against Earl King? Nine nails. Image bearer is striking and exempts to the photographers. I also believe this building and that photo studio share a strong connection. I like how Jean just comes in randomly, acting like she knows what's going on. Kills every Heathcliff, well, tries to at least. Right, tries to. I mean, we can only speculate, right, Eugene? Where did you get those photos? She just wants to increase her points. And the fucking I forgot about that. Yeah, Jean just wants to increase her points, huh? That's all she cares about. I brought some of the photo studio. I cannot to name the location to the picture with certainty, but yet they all appear to have obtained in various places in Incorp District building mostly. Hey, wait, I know what these are. People take pictures like these when supplying stuff to that department store. Correct, the photos must have been taken by a docographer. Mursock chimed in, holding up an old cylindrical container in his hand this time. He gave the container a shake every now with a measured rhythm. Seemed to be part of the process of developing the film. Film rolls are hardly affordable for the average resident in Incorp. In most cases, taking photographs is done as part of professional duties. These are approximately 21 occupations in District 14 that utilize photography. However, only a single profession involves routinely photographing specific buildings, adhering to fixed standards that can be observed with in these pictures. And these docographers you mentioned are the people entrusted with that job? Yes, they photograph the information to be poured into canned experience. A docographer, how could a person with such a decently lucrative profession fall into distortion? Decent job, maybe, but how do we know if they're a decent person? Could be at any point of it's possible that he hasn't met Wild in most of these IDs, I'd say. Vespa assault when I need him low tier. Speaking of LTG, I hear he represented himself as a lawyer and actually won. Ezra replied with a clear-cut answer after only a brief pause. What makes you say that? The photo studio we were at didn't have any dark rooms, right? No, it didn't. The team leader said there were other ways of processing film rolls, but in Incorp you have to go to a dark room to develop the print and print them. Correct. Film rolls are usually immersed in developer solutions to be processed, which is why photo studios have these dark rooms equipped with red safe lights right next to them. But this place, it's pretty far from that photo studio. Yeah, now that you mention it, check out these windows. They're only covered by newspapers, all messy like. If you consider how sensitive films are to light, it's really super suspicious that this darkroom didn't have any proper blackout panels. And you know films can cost a fortune in some places in the city, right? Who in their right mind would print photos in a room patched up with yesterday's newspaper? This probably isn't even a legit darkroom. Someone just hauled in the bare minimum tools and needed to develop film and threw them together in a hurry. Someone who didn't want to be seen printing photos, and people don't usually avoid scrutiny unless they're doing something not so decent. Yeah, no, so what happened was he wanted a restraining order on his baby mama because she was basically she was telling people to harass LTG, and so he wanted a restraining order. So she basically can't go into any kind of contact in or outside of media, I think, but only unless it's like pertaining to their child. In a three-way Dominion clash, you would win TikTok attorney, Law by Mike, or Jayoma. I don't know who Jayoma is, but I'm not sure. It's the old guy. It's like look like at least the 40 or 50-year-old dude. That I follow, talking about Johnny Somali. I think he had a video today about it. And then since would clear. Valid on LTG's part, not gonna lie. Yeah, valid. Kuru, basically. If that's the case, then I can see why they might have distorted. Right. Manager. Mursock came to my side quietly, still giving the strange cylinder the occasional shake. I have a request regarding your instruction to develop this film roll. Please ensure that the light in this room is not turned on until development is complete. Aren't we already doing that? Yes, however, engaging about opens the door to uncontrollable variables. This is why I have judged it's necessary to make a separate request. That waste of space. Yeah. Yeah, no, that I don't know. It's hard to tell which one's worse. Johnny Somali or or Jack the Horty. The Horty. It's basically this Asian brother who I believe is Filipino, and he gives the people with the most devious crimes and charges like 3 hours of community service instead of 5 years. What? That's crazy. Where does he judge? Like, where does he live or judge? Is he like in somewhere like is it like a place in Asia, or like is he in the States? Gene, be careful. If you cover Eugene's mouth, you might just suffocate Eugene. A guy who I believe gunned down like 3 people 3 weeks in jail instead of prison. What the hell? He is in America? Makes sense. If he's making like judges like that, makes sense he's in America. Battle. There is no need for concern. I'm capable of participating in battle while maintaining the development process. Wait, can you slow down? A battle, you say? Surely there must be cause for you to believe so. At the photo studio, reinforcements arrived exactly 11 minutes and 34 seconds after in-court's pin frame team staff were defeated. Deduction based on the events thus far make it clear that the photo studio and this darkroom share some kind of connection. Furthermore, Senator Heathcliff, Senator Honglu, and Senator Gregor have battled in-court print frame team in this very location. Approaching closer and closer, I have a feeling I know what Merzal is getting at, but I ask anyway. Meaning, the initial rinse is finished. The process is now halfway to the completion of the second agitation. This indicates the 11:30 seconds have elapsed since the start of development. The battle is in. Please withdraw to a safe position, manager. You should have warned us way earlier. Understood, manager. I will follow that instruction going forward. Take your... You could probably make King Von look for like little Bonnie with a purple hat and a big light instead of profile. But he's instead of him professing that he's a... Who's King Von? Like, I've heard of that name before, but I don't know who that is. Yeah, I've heard of the name before. Chat, I want to show you something. Hold on, chat. So, is a king whose name is Vaughn. Q1 is a rapper who is known for and whatnot. He has confessed to this battleway and had once confessed and professed that he was an... Oh, be careful! Want to show us the goon? No, I'm just showing you whenever I see Gene trying to keep Eugene quiet. This is what I imagine. This is my favorite streamer. He's Swedish, and they're playing a Dark Pictures game, And this is basically Jean and Eugene doing this. Can I So basically what's happening here is that they're trying to stay quiet from the enemy, and one of them needs to keep the guy quiet, so they're covering his mouth, right?
Well, maybe now. I don't know.
And they accidentally killed the guy because he thought he had to keep pressing the button to keep him quiet, but he was actually suffocating him. It's a funny clip. It's a funny clip. That's my favorite streamer, chat. Classic. Never seen this before? No, yeah, no. It's basically Gene is basically trying to keep Eugene quiet, but accidentally just offs him. I would show the clip, but like well, not really clip. It's part of the video, but yeah. It'd be I don't want to get like struck or anything. Something sits ill with me. Amid the sprawl of escort, backstreets distorted with a flash, Ongdu and her gaze fixed somewhere high overhead. Chat, where's my water bottle? I don't think I will be an accident if Jean does it. Yeah, unfortunately. At the end of her gaze, are those photographs? A long line stretch. You know what, chat? You know what? No. We can do one more stage, cause like I gotta leave after this one. I gotta drive my grandpa to see the doctor's office early in the morning, so we're gonna probably end it after this one. Across the open air, photographs hanging from it like laundry clipped to a clothesline. I mistook it for Kumjul at first and gave it little attention. I don't know, we in Nickelback music. Look at that. Look at that graph. Is that what? Look at that graph. What are the points looking like? Maybe I should just time out Jean. Man, Eugene, you're being overshadowed by Superior. Upon closer look, I saw those pictures hanging from the line. Perhaps they had been strung within the dark room and remained thus with the distorted look took hold. But Superior for a reason. Bizarre observation, unaffected elements in the space occupied by a location type distortion is most irregular. Indeed, I mean, silencing Eugene isn't very good either, Gene. The items we bore from the city were already changed into images of various sites of S-Corp, yet this alone remained as they were. Let's take them down and check them ourselves. Just as I was wondering if the line was perhaps too high for me to reach, Mersalt stepped forward and plucked a few photos off it, and the instant he brought them to me, we heard another pop and again a bright flash. A bright white flash blinded my vision for a moment. Were we fucking teleported again? I can give you some way to mess with the points, because literally how the fuck are you at 850? Well, Gene likes to rig either coming to the stream early and chatting, or just giving herself points, probably. Bring down the corrupt deity. Get a point and how you find out. Good grief, the distortion likes to change its mind, huh? It keeps switching between S-Corp and N-Corp. This feels like getting caught in a flashbang detonation. My whole body tenses up, then goes slack right after. The other sinners were busy grumbling about the distortion and its sudden jumps, except for Mersalt, who stood right in front of me with the photos still held out in his hand. He didn't drop them. No. He gave his usual short answer, then returned his attention to the cylinder he had been shaking. He took the film out of the container and flicked the liquid off it, and with clean, controlled motion. Is the processing finally done? Wait, we're back here with the lights on now. Is it okay to take the film out? Yes, exposure light will not damage the film once development is complete, and the image is fixed. There is no cause for concern. That's a relief. I couldn't say I really followed all the technical details, but no cause for concern was all I needed to hear. Sighing in relief, I held up the photographs so I could take a proper look. Boot Metal was here to aid our ailment. I mean, Quaz can't help you, Superior. So, see anything odd in here, Manager Bud? There are people in them. The people in the photograph all look different from one another. This one looks important. This one is probably important. It might be telling us something. This one also probably looks pretty important. This one, they're all fucking important, aren't they? If I had to pick one similarity between them though, they all look cold and indifferent. Yeah, that's a city alright. Ordinary folk you'd see anywhere. What happened to Princeps? What happened to Princeps? These aren't like the photos we picked up at the studio earlier. Gene killing me. Are these the kind of photographs they used to make canned experience? What was that? The scenery around us seemed to ripple just now. I was about to ask Faust if she'd felt the strange sensation, but it faded away soon enough. Perhaps it's nothing serious. Maybe it was just a spell or random vertigo. Is it even possible to get dizzy when I've got a clock for a head? No, Mersalt must have noticed that I was out of sorts for a moment, because he seemed to pause on purpose before answering my question. No, I thought you said docographers take these photos to put into canned experience. Raw ingredients for canned experience are handled exclusively by the Grand Magazine Sisyphe. There is no known method for external parties to access them. Sisyphe? What? I think I've heard of it. Canned experience, right? They're in high demand in other districts too, but the only brand stamped on them is Grand Magazine Sisyphe. Same name every time. Meaning, I remember some of my classmates bragging about trying to get them whenever exam weeks come around. Never had one myself though. I can't really explain it, but something about them just feels kind of wrong. It's that popular, huh? The unprocessed based contents of canned experience, known as experience batter, is supplied to reprocessing factories where documenters fine-tune the experience details. Photographs are primarily used for that purpose. They can fine-tune experience. An easier example for understanding would be to consider why docographers take pictures of subjects such as buildings. A purchaser may wish to experience living in a luxurious building that they could never afford. Another may wish to vent out impulses of violence by experiencing the burning of an expensive property. Demand for canned experience is increasing by day. What happened to your phone, Jean? No, I know the feeling. You reminded me. I need to get tempered glass for my phone, cause like I forgot mine broke, so I need to get a new one. Sounds like the photos from earlier were all fancy buildings. Yes, manager. Conversely, information concerning ordinary experience that can be easily encountered in reality is in low demand. Then why afford these reticence at all? Perhaps these were not images harvested for their commodity value, but pure photography in and of itself. Mayhap they have been captured for a desire to seize a vanishing instant through a lens. These are people who take photographs knowing that it would cost an exorbitant sum. I have seen some before, a staggering amount of money just to take a single photo. That is, if they could even manage to find a photographer who'd take the risk and help take the picture. I'm not sure so crass as to put a price on sentiment or nostalgia, but spending this much money on film rolls, what could have made this investment worth it? I'd say maybe this isn't just a matter of its sentiments or memories even. Chat, doesn't Kanto, doesn't Heathcliff's Kanto have like a lot of like photographs of their family? Solid Snake. Executive manager. Some of the responses y'all make like blow my mind sometimes. Not exactly an authority on distortion, but I know they manifest through desire or emotion that become warped in bizarre ways. Everything in the distortion has shown so far points back to S-Corp. That is, the S-Corp from the past that only Kim and Angdu would have seen and remembered. These photos, though, they're completely untouched by the distortion. Doesn't that feel off? There must be a strong fixation at play here, strong enough to slip past even a distortion. And if that obsession is something that refuses to let these memories be influenced, I think our next step should be to look for the people in these photos. These photographs are the only undistorted, unaltered clues we have. Dante says it would be advisable to locate the people shown in these photographs. Good idea, team leader. Did say that we should accept input from the LCB with open arms. Hey Angdu, can you get me the office catalog? We'll probably need to commission an office affiliated with 7 Association. Let's look for one that can take the request right away. Can someone tell Ezra we're fine? I think I know where to find those people. Daddy says one of the people shown in the photograph has already been found. What? When? How? Well, guess I'm just having a lucky day. I pulled the radio from my wrist and switched it on without answering Ezra's question. DWRC. Wait, what? What the fuck is this? I think she said, do we regroup clock? What the fuck? That one was especially hard to understand, Ryushu. Oh, you smirk. I can feel the smirk on the other side of that. Funny running team for the end. They were somewhat struggling to win clashes for war. I'm so screwed. You time out Jim before you end your stream to reset her points, or I can just end stream before she hits 1k. You need to get you go get from the starting screen to make it sure they all get a pride skill. Rodeo's with you, right? Can you put her on? Rodeo, you there? What, Dante wants to talk? One sec. I kinda went overboard with the bread and pastries. My hands are completely full over here. Pastries? What kind? Fucking golden retriever. Just one of everything. Neat, can you grab extra broche and baguettes for me too? I love the ones from that street. They're so good. Hold on, I gotta readjust the pile if I wanna. Just throw them on TF, they're packaged. Usually you can't treat food like that, Kay. Bakers have feelings too, you know. How do you think the baker would feel if they knew someone was treating their precious babies like trash? This scabbard is rattling again for no reason. Anyways, Dante, can you give me a sec if you need me to fight? just need to cram these into my pockets real quick. No, it's not a fight. Then what's this about? I took a closer look at the words written on the wicker basket, the first photograph Marcel had brought me. Is this Rhodia over here? Where's that bakery you're at? No, it wasn't Rhodia. So I guess I don't know. You can't really tell. It's hard to tell, okay? I was just making a guess. But it looked like she was tall enough to be Rhodia. It looked like long hair too. I couldn't tell. It was hard to tell, but I was just making a random guess. Okay, chat, I think we'll end it there. We'll do the rest on another day. Let's see, we have 26. Oh, okay, we have more than enough time. Alright guys, you guys have a good one. Thanks for joining me, everybody, and I will see y'all in the next stream. We'll probably do lobotomy before we do limbus again, but alright, I'll end it there. You guys have a good one, and it seems like Gene wasn't able to reach 1K, which is I'm sure y'all are happy about that. But you guys have a good night, and I'll see you on the next stream. Peace, everybody.